As a New Yorker, I am black. I am gay. I am disabled. I am a woman.
Welcome back to the show.
Dude, the other Cuomo brother's in trouble now, too.
Well, they need to fire his ass. I don't want to get political here, but
they're all causing big trouble.
yeah, there's nothing like a couple of paisano brothers helping each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. What was the deal exactly? He was like,
he's a fucking. It's like Saddam Hussein shit.
yeah,
his
brother was feeding his brother information.
Yeah, he said I got a lead on Wedding Girl. That was one of the quotes. The wedding, which is the girl he hugged a little too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went breast to breast with this woman.
Our nipple rings got
caught.
was
he ever confirmed a nipple pierced guy?
I mean, he's not going to come out. He's got bigger fish to fry. I don't think he's going to come out.
He should now. That'd be sick.
As a New Yorker.
My nipples are pierced. Because it's like, I mean, was that ever confirmed?
That his nipples were pierced?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there are some wizards on Photoshop, but I think that's the real deal. And he went like, what would you call those? Vertical bars.
Yeah. Oh no, it was horizontal.
Was it horizontal?
Yeah. I mean, vertical bars. I feel like that's like it's vertical. I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
It is vertical?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, horizontal. Did you say horizontal?
I said vertical. I thought they went up and down.
No.
Like
They're
a picket
horizontal.
fence.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like if you have vertical piercings, that means you're sending like a different kind of message of like what you're into.
Depending on what, like the bandana on the back of your jeans.
Yes,
you
exactly.
know? You have a purple bandana. You like to fuck Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. Or like there's the thing I read where it's like if you walk around a grocery store with just a pineapple in your cart, you're looking to fuck. Yeah. What does it mean? It means you like to fuck?
I think it might have something to do with a throuple situation. I think you see a couple, you want to bang them both, you flip that pineapple upside down.
And then you go, you just bump your cart into theirs?
No, I think you just wink.
Oh.
And then
we should try that. Me and you should go to the store, put a pineapple upside down our cart, and see if anybody bites, and then bring them on the podcast. We should start a new podcast where we pretend we're gonna have a threesome with people, and then we fucking fix their life.
Oh, so it's we come in kind of like bar rescue.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
John Tafford.
Yeah,
style.
we bring them in here, and then we're like, "Why would you do this? Who hurt you?"
Yeah, I hold up a picture of their children. Or no, I pull up a live stream of their children waiting to get picked up from school, standing on the curb, and I'm like, "This is where your daughter is right now, and you're trying to fuck a pineapple buyer."
Have you ever almost fallen into a throuple? Not a threesome, like a throuple.
No, that's not. No.
You seem like you could have almost accidentally.
I was in open relationships.
Hell
I think.
Dude. She was.
Yeah, she was.
I was closed. She was open.
Yeah, she was open for business. Yeah, she had a tattoo of 24/7 above her twat.
Yeah,
365.
I was talking with my girlfriend about tramp stamps the other day. I was like, "Yeah, you should get a tramp stamp of saloon doors." Shit, dude.
Oh, you get Irish need not apply.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that would be very funny. Irish need not apply, or like long-haired freaky people need not apply,
or hippies use back door.
Yeah. On your front, you should get on your front, like on your chest, or like right above your crotch. Could you imagine? Like have you ever seen that back in the day? I saw a dude where he had a bladder tattoo of flames. And
that's the John Cena era.
Yeah, the Josh Hamilton arm tattoo. He had that above his cock, like he was like, damn, he's fucking lighting it up, dude.
Yeah, like I like to think my dick is a stick of dynamite. Yeah, getting the hippies use back doors is so great.
Yeah, all three of those, Irish need not apply, is very funny. Racism against Irish people is very funny. I wrote a paper about in college about I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was about like kind of Dust Bowl white on white racism. In Kern County,
Okie crimes.
Yeah, Okie people hating on Okie.
That does seem like what Bakersfield would spend the majority of a year on. Like, all the other schools are talking about the Civil War and slavery. But let's talk about
it was a topic.
It was worse than slavery. It was the Dust Bowl.
Yeah. I chose the topic. It was about the paper was called "Irish People Were Also Slaves." It was the paper that I wrote, dude. It
was called Irish. I Was Japanese.
Dude. So we'll just get right into it. We have a lot of shit to talk about today. How are you, Bryan? Other than,
I'm damn good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing great. Hanging by a thread, but that's a strong thread.
Oh, good.
No, I'm very happy because my Green Bay Packers legitimately, no delusion, look like a Super Bowl team.
I mean, COVID toe.
You're talking about winning against one of the best teams in the league with 11 starters out.
Yeah.
11
Packers
starters.
have 11 starters?
50% of their starters, if you don't count special teams, they're not considered starters, right?
No.
Like a punter's not a starter.
No.
Yeah, 11 starters out. A kicker.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about a special needs special team coach right now. Just being like he's a special teams expert, and this is a dude whose face is just like, like he's just like with the thing on the sideline, and he like pulls up a clipboard, and it's just like a drawing of a kitty or something. I don't know why this is in my head right now. Why are they?
That
all
was before
out?
they treated concussions.
Yeah. He's pointing to what play he wants to run.
He's eating smelling salts.
Why are they all out? Do they all have COVID?
No, there's no COVID right now. But no, there's just a lot of injuries. Randall Cobb's hamstring is bad. David Bakatari, he's got a he had a complication with his torn ACL. He was supposed to be back by now, but had a thing. Jairi Alexander is supposed to come back after the bye, number 1 cornerback in all football. But you know when a team is going to win a Super Bowl when they start having these players come out of nowhere. You know, like there's a vibe that a Super Bowl team has. Like Green Bay has this guy.
People stepping up when other people get fucked up.
Yeah. Rasul Douglas. They have these journeymen. Like Devondre Campbell is one of the. I think he's like the highest rated middle linebacker in all football right now. He's a journeyman. He's played for like 5 teams. He's 29 years old. He's having an breakout season. And then you got fucking Rasul Douglas was on the Cardinals practice squad. He has a pick 6 against the Rams, and he has an end zone interception to seal the win against the Cardinals. They got these guys that are coming out of nowhere that are just stepping up and killing it. And Josiah DeGuara, this third round draft pick a couple years ago.
Everybody on the Packers has a great name.
Oh yeah. No, it's a great name team. Randy Cobb.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the boxer Tex Cobb?
No, I know. What's that guy? Damn, I can't think of his name. That guy Tex, who was Manson's homeboy.
Tex Watson.
Yeah, Tex Watson. And then I know my dad's friend, Tex Duke.
Yeah.
One of my dad's very good friends.
Two nicknames?
No, that is his real name. I don't know.
First name's David.
Yeah,
to change it.
Yeah, David Duke. His name is literally Tex Duke, and he looks. If you saw him, you'd be like, "Yeah, that guy's name is Tex Duke."
His last name is University. No, but dude, fucking. So there's this old cowboy. Pull up a picture. Type in Randy Tex Cobb. He's an old boxer. He was in a bunch of movies too.
Oh shit!
Do you see a picture of him?
Yeah, I do. He looks kind of like John Taffer now.
Yeah. He's a big fucker.
Yeah.
But he once boxed. He boxed Larry Holmes.
Uh-huh.
When Larry Holmes is one of the most underrated heavyweight champions in all boxing because he came after the Ali era and before the Tyson era. So like there wasn't a lot of eyes on him, so he doesn't get the respect he deserves. But he was a motherfucker.
Yeah, he's in Raising Arizona.
Yeah. So he fights Tex Cobb. Tex Cobb has no reason to be in the ring. The referee's not stopping it. And Larry Holmes is just beating his ass. And Larry Holmes told the story several times where he said he was sitting there piecing him up, just yelling, "You don't have to take this ass whooping, son." He's just like, just lay down, throw in the towel. This isn't right. And Tex Cobb, I guess, was just getting hammered, going, "I'm gonna beat your black ass." And Larry Holmes said, "He goes, I'm not black, I'm brown, baby." He said he just starts beating his ass. But that's the fight that Howard Cosell retired from calling boxing. You know, Howard Cosell.
Yeah.
Because apparently during that fight, he was just like, "This is the most brutal, disgusting, sickening fight I've ever seen.
And that's
this
why
is
he
not
retired,
boxing."
'cause
And
he
he was
was
like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Because it was like,
this is not right.
yeah. Which leads me to, did you see the highlights of Kubrat, Pulav, and Frank Muir?
No, I did not.
So Triller did another one of their fucking, I think they transitioned out of influencer and into white trash.
Yeah.
So they started with like they had Bieber and they had Snoop and they had all that stuff. Now they have Metallica that was playing the most recent one, and they're just like bare knuckle boxing now. They
Metallica playing their new music.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine going to a Metallica? That's the worst part about going to any concert of like a band that's been big for a long time, and they're like, "We're gonna play a few new ones." It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Nobody wants to hear the new ones.
That's how I feel about Christmas music too. Is like I always kind of bitch about
who's writing new Christmas music?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is I like, bitch, oh my God, there's only like 5 Christmas songs. Then people do come out with new Christmas music, and I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and sing Blue Christmas, bitch.
I'm going to get back to Triller, but every year my sister reminds me of the scariest Christmas album. Bob Dylan did a Christmas album like probably 10 years ago. Since his voice turned into like even scarier Tom Waits.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. It sounds like one of those cancer guys who has to put the thing next to his throat to speak.
I would like that.
It's horrendous. Anyway, so Triller put on this fight. Frank Muir, have you heard of him? Uh-huh. He's a legend in MMA, but he's old and he hasn't been fighting. Kubrat Pulav is a Bulgarian heavyweight boxer. He's old, he's 40, but his last fight was Anthony Joshua. He's no joke. Like he's only had 2 losses his whole career. Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko, 2 heavyweight champions. Yeah. So he's a legit heavyweight boxer who has fought within the last 2 years in 4-ounce gloves fighting Frank Muir, who's old and hasn't fought in forever. Pulav decks this guy, knocks him out, but he you got to pull up the video. He looks like a newborn deer. He doesn't fall down, but he's out cold standing up.
Oh, God.
And Pulav is just staring at the ref like, he's like, I'm going to hit him again. Can you stop this?
Yeah.
And the ref didn't stop it, so he just kind of blowed him again and then looked at the ref. And
just kind of pushed him down with his fist.
Muir never went down. He just like was dead upright.
Oh, my God. My computer's being slow.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But, so I just recommend anybody pull up the highlights of Kubrat Pulav fighting Frank Muir. It's fucking brutal, dude. So anyway, that's what.
Did you watch it or you just watched the highlights?
I just watched the highlights because Saturday night was the best night of boxing in years. Yeah. Years. The Brandon Figueroa. So I was telling everybody. So there was 2 championship fights on Saturday. There was Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos, and then there was a later fight that was on the East Coast. That was at MSG, and then on the West Coast there was Brandon Figueroa versus Cool Boy Stephen Fulton. And I was at Brandon Figueroa's last fight in Carson at StubHub, and he's got one of those styles where he's going to talk funny at the end of his career. Yeah. Real fan-friendly is what they call that. He's got a real what they call a fan-friendly style where he just throws. Teddy Atlas says this guy's insulted when you miss. He does for 12 rounds. And we watched him fight Neary. I forget Neary's Omar Neary? Omar Figueroa's anyway, whatever. So we watched him upset this guy. He beat a former champion. We were at the fight, and he just throws and throws and throws and throws and throws and takes punches all day long. So I was telling everybody, because Cool Boy Steph is such a sick boxer, and Brandon Figueroa has such a good engine, and Fulton's a counterpuncher. I was like, this is going to be the fight of the night. Everybody's talking about Teofimo versus this nobody, George Kambosos. That fight's going to suck. Everybody should watch Brandon Figueroa, Stephen Fulton. So then Teofimo and Kambosos starts, and Teofimo comes out swinging wide like I'm going to knock him out. And fucking Kambosos, this Australian nobody, essentially, drops Teofimo in the first round. Insane. This is a guy who just beat Lomachenko. This is a guy who knocked out Richard Comey.
Versus a nobody, pretty much.
Versus essentially a nobody. And he drops him in the first round. And then everybody's like, okay, well, now he's going to get it together. They don't even have a good cutman. Like for Teofimo, his eye splits open. He's got some 900-year-old cutman who's not even, he's just gushing blood. And have you ever noticed, like boxers usually, they get the Vaseline put in the cut. They don't really gush. He's blinded.
They get that thing that you make smash burgers with. And
put
it on their face.
Yeah. The thing you seal driveways with. So it's the next 7 rounds. George Kambosos, not only did he knock him down in the first round, he outboxes him. It's one of the most beautiful fights I've ever seen in my life. It's just so, and this is when you realize that Teofimos Father is a moron, and all he could do was build up Teofimo, but he couldn't take him to the next level. Like he's just like, every time Teofimo gets in the corner, huge 1,000-to-1 favorite. Gets in the corner.
1,000-to-1.
Something like that. I think it was like 1,000-to-1.
Jeez.
Some people won some money.
Yeah, I'd say I'll put money on that.
And his father's like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Knock him out. It's like, that's not coaching. Yeah. He's just like, it was like he was watching it on TV screaming at his,
like he's watching his son fight at the park.
Yeah. And he's like, get this fucker out already. What the hell are you doing, bro? And then he gets in there, he gets his ass whooped. And then like, And he got caught clean with an overhand right when he got dropped, and he just got dropped. And he gets the corner, and his father just lies to him. He goes, "You were off balance, bro. That was a flash knockdown. That didn't hurt you. You're not hurt. You're not hurt." No coaching. No like, all right, he's coming at you this way. Maybe switch this way. At one point, Teofimos switches to southpaw for no reason, and like just starts eating Kambosos' left hand over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just like, it was just bad technique, bad coaching, bad cutmen all around. And now you got this Australian who has 6 belts because there's like all these bullshit belts they all have. So he's got 3 real belts and then 3 bullshit belts. And it's just amazing. The father's crying, talking about how he quit his job to take his son to all these amateur fights.
Boxing is too family oriented.
Yeah, there's too many fathers. Like I played you last time, Sean Porter's dad just being like, he didn't train right. Yeah. And then Teofimo, you know what he goes? He goes, everybody knows we won this fight. We won this fight 10 rounds to 2, which is such bullshit. And he goes, this doesn't fucking change shit, bro. He goes, the only thing that this fucking changes is that we can no longer, well, now Floyd Mayweather can say he's better than us now because we got that one loss and he doesn't have that loss. And it's like, what? Floyd Mayweather can say he's better than this 24-year-old with 19 fights? Are you insane? He's just a delusional psycho narcissist. But on the other hand, you got another father who's just crying, being like, I always believed in this guy. He was amazing. And just, you know how I am. I'm floodgates open.
Boxing is really the only way that Bryan could feel emotion. It'd be cool if somebody had their mom in the corner.
Right. That would be wild.
That would be sick.
At first they said imam.
No.
Like a Muslim priest.
That too. Yeah. Somebody's mom and an imam in the corner would be sick. And like a Santeria dude. He's like has a chicken he's holding up in the corner.
Basically Howard Stern's whack pack.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is her cut man. Dude, do you know how many times I've watched that video of the fake President Obama calling Beetlejuice?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the funniest things in the fucking world, man.
So then the Cool Boy staff, the Steve Fulton, Brandon Figueroa fight went off. And by the way, after the fight, in the post-fight interview, the Australian guy's like, he's Greek, Kambosos, but he's Greek origin, but from Australia. And he's like, I got Spartan blood. I'm a fucking warrior. I'm the emperor. Everybody's got a target on me. Now I'm the fucking champion. And Teofimo comes out of frame. Just eyes swollen shut, blood pouring out of his face. Kambosos looks beautiful. He grabs the mic and goes, everybody knows I won this fight, bro. He's gushing blood. His face looks like hamburger meat. And he goes, I won this 10-2. And the Australian goes, yeah, you're a bit delusional, mate. And then the next fight, Brandon Figueroa does his shit. He throws. And Fulton is just dodging everything up close and piecing him up real tight, body shots. It was the kind of fight where I thought Fulton was going to get screwed by the judges because Brandon Figueroa is more fun to watch, and it looks like he's beating your ass. Because if you're not trained, you don't to watch boxing, it looks like he's getting hit, but he's rolling with all the punches and he's getting grazed. It's not really beating him up, and the judges got it right. And even though he landed like 50% of the amount of punches, Fulton won the fight. Then he's giving an interview and he's like, it was a close fight, but clearly I won. And Figueroa comes out of the corner, grabs the mic and goes, everybody knows I won this fight, bro. And it was 2 nights. It was both fights. The other guy just battered, grabbing and it's like, these guys are concussed. Get them out of the ring before they embarrass themselves.
That's so fucking funny.
I love it, dude. But yeah, no, I did not watch the Kubrat Pulav fucking knockout of Frank Muir.
Yeah.
Anyway, that recaps the boxing. I was so fired up to have a good night of boxing, dude.
Yeah.
I was texting like everybody knows. All my boxing friends their lives are in shambles right now. So
boxing or just
no, just in personal.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, God, I have nobody to text about this stuff. They're all like all my friends who are into boxing, except for Dan Donahue and Chris Estrada. Shout out to them. I can always talk to them.
Chris Estrada's like, bro, Teofimo won that shit.
No, he'd be like, fuck him. He's on Duran, dude. I don't fucking like endurance.
Damn, dude. Do you pounded some NAs?
I was. I had
a couple ice cold NAs.
I had Klaus Howler, which is the #1 ranked non-alcoholic beer recently introduced to the Trader Joe's lineup.
Wait, #1 ranked? Like you go to like the fucking...
It goes to the beer awards.
Well, I'm saying I'm just imagining you at the NA beer awards and the other fucking people who hang out at those things. Non-alcoholic people, like dudes who go to breweries but they drink non-alcoholic
Dude, every
beer.
time I go to Grocery Outlet or Trader Joe's to buy non-alcoholic beer, they ID me and I'm like, I say the same thing to him. I'm like, has anybody under the age of 35 ever tried to buy non-alcoholic beer?
You'd be surprised, bro.
This is such an old man purchase.
Yeah.
It's like getting ID'd for Metamucil. It's like, what are you fucking talking about?
There's ephedrine in this shit, bro. You can make meth out of Metamucil. Metamucil, bro. Dude, I mean, there's all kind of shit going on. But we can start right here, dude. Fucking Tiger, well, not start, but you know what I mean. Do you read this Tiger
Actually,
Woods?
this is one of the things I didn't look at. I just saw the headline that said Tiger Woods is lucky to have a leg.
Dude, they were saying it was 50-50 whether or not they were going to cut off his right leg and his foot.
Dude, there's so many, like, is it really 50-50? Because I always hear about
It's
these
always
stories.
everything is always 50-50.
Yeah.
Where the doctor's like, like basically the doctor's like Two-Face and he's flipping a coin and he's like, heads or tails.
Are you feeling lucky, Tiger?
Yeah. So dude, he was in the hospital for 3 weeks and then he was in a hospital like bed for 3 months with his fucking leg. Apparently his leg fucking twisted in half.
And he's walking now, though, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there video of him walking?
Well, he's playing a little bit. I don't know if he's playing or if he's
Does he have like an Alex Smith thing where like
I think so. I think
his
his
back strap is his shin?
probably.
now or whatever?
I think it was probably similar to the Alex Smith thing, but maybe even more gnarly because it was a crash and not a fat person falling on it. You know, a lineman, fat person still. It'd be funny
Wasn't
if
it Aaron Donald?
that fell on his leg.
Yeah, wasn't it Aaron Donald? I don't think it was a fat guy,
I
dude.
don't know who it was. I mean, it was it was a big guy. In general, it was a fat guy. That's what they call
It was Lawrence Taylor who took out Ron Jaworski, who had that. Or no, was it Ron? Joe Theismann.
Yeah. Who fell on Alex Smith's leg? It'll be Vince Wilfork, hopefully. Texan safety Kareem Jackson.
Safety.
Damn, dude, he was getting in there, so it wasn't a fat guy. Excuse me. So Tiger, there's just this whole thing where it's kind of like now Tiger's like kind of just saying he's never going to be the same player again, which is kind of obvious. And that's either true or he's setting up a sick comeback.
Or both.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah.
Why so cynical?
Well, I mean, you said
Why
he has
so
a
cynical?
plan. Yeah, he said he transitioned from a wheelchair to crutches and now nothing. Yeah, he's playing. I think he's playing. He's playing around here or there, hit a little bit.
That can't be good. I mean, his back was already destroyed.
Yeah, his entire body is held. Yeah, spinal fusion surgery in 2017. But then he won the Tour Championship and the Masters 2017 or 2018, 2019.
My dad's gonna have to get a spacer put in his neck.
A spacer?
Yeah, like his got a compression,
From what?
just from whatever abuse.
Yeah.
And so they have to cut open your throat, dude, and they have to like the way he described, they have to push all that. They cut like on the side, and they push all that shit aside, and they gotta like cut your like spine somehow, and then screw in this spacer. Apparently, it's gonna be fucking brutal.
Yeah. Imagine if that's how the doctor described it to your dad.
That's how my dad told
what
me.
I'm saying is like, I'm going to cut your throat open and I'm going to push all that shit to the side. Just some dude, a doctor from Philly. He's like, yo, all right, check this shit out. I'm going to cut your shit open and then I'm going to push it all to the side. Like your throat and shit. Like, I'm going to fucking tie your tongue in half and like, yo, I'm going to have to push that shit open.
Yeah. Yeah, a temporary Colombian necktie.
Yeah, so apparently there's a crash. Instead of staying in his lane as the road curved to the right, Woods went straight into the median, struck a curb, knocked down a wooden sign, drove into the opposite lanes before hitting a tree and rolling over the vehicle. You know what's funny is that week, I remember whenever this happened, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I think I talked about it on the podcast. I was like, he was on his way to a golf course. It's like, dude, you're going golfing. Why are you in such a rush? And then literally that week, I was late for a tee time, fucking hauling ass to the golf course. And I was like, okay, this makes sense now. But
also,
if you're Tiger Woods, I feel like people will wait for you.
he probably has a car that's so sick where he just twinkles his toes and it's going 200.
It was like a Buick.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like something like Buick SUV. I think it was a Buick SUV or something where you were.
Oh,
like,
he's sponsored by
I
Buick.
think so. Yeah, I remember seeing the car it was and being like, oh, he probably got that car for free. It was
His
just
first fucking press conference, he's gonna show up and be like, "Well, if it wasn't for the Buick, I would."
Yeah,
He makes like $2 billion for saying that.
Yeah, he does a Blue Chew ad read in the middle of his press conference. So obviously, I mean, this is easy shit. But Lincoln Riley going to USC from Oklahoma, and now everybody's fucking transferring. Not everybody, but 2 5-star people, I'm pretty sure, have decommitted from Oklahoma to
Something funny just happened that I need to tell you real quick
Okay.
before we go into this. I just posted a video for a friend of the show of Kevin Tinkin in my Instagram stories because he put a very funny bit on Instagram. And this guy who doesn't know Kevin just commented and goes, I legit thought that was Max Muncy.
That would be very funny if Max Muncy was doing comedy right now. So, dude, Lincoln Riley going to USC from Oklahoma. I think this entire thing, from what I've read, is because he, didn't want to go into the SEC, and he also didn't like how much control the boosters had, I think, over there, but almost doesn't make sense because it seems like at USC the boosters also will have a lot of control, but...
I would imagine the boosters at USC are out of control. It's a private school.
Yeah.
I
mean, the boosters in Oklahoma are like oil people.
Yeah.
So it's like they got money too, but they...
And didn't you say that he was embattled with the boosters
That's
over
what I'm saying.
Spencer Rattler?
I think it was over Spencer Rattler. He didn't want to bench him, and they all wanted him to bench him for the other guy.
Right.
But Spencer Rattler's are also transferring, and apparently Lincoln Riley loves Spencer Rattler, and everyone thinks he's going to USC. But there's another quarterback, 5-star quarterback from the 2023 class, decommitted to Oklahoma and then committed to USC.
Whoa.
So,
yeah, I saw they had like a
he's
few
from, like,
decommits right away.
Yeah, there's two guys from LA, a wide receiver and a quarterback who are both 5-star dudes who are gonna probably go to USC now. So that's what's crazy is that he might be good out the gate if he can get some of these people if people are gonna start decommitting from there and going there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me that California doesn't have an elite football team because they put out so many players in the NFL. They're the top 3 state in putting out NFL players. But
USC hasn't signed like a big coach like this literally since Pete Carroll. I mean, Lane Kiffin
was a big signing.
But
in the college football world, Lane Kiffin has as much brand recognition as Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, but he doesn't have as much success as
Lane Kiffin. Isn't Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss right now?
Either there or South Carolina.
I feel like he has Ole Miss at like number 7 right now.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Lane Kiffin. That's what I picked up my phone. I want to see if he's at Ole Miss because Ole Miss is like a top 10 team now out of nowhere.
Well, I know they're doing good, but I don't know. This Lincoln Riley shit's crazy, dude. Like, it's crazy in this week that both, like, you never see really people going from school to school. You see people going from school to school if they're not a head coach. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Like Nick Saban went from Michigan State to LSU to Alabama.
I feel like it's
Brian Kelly just went from Notre Dame.
That's what I'm saying. Is seeing those two top tier programs like right out of the
Meyer
gate.
jumped around Ohio State, Florida.
But he quit. He didn't go from Florida directly to Ohio State, did he? He quit from Florida.
Was that the headache time?
Yeah, every time's a headache. Anytime Urban Meyer is, I told you this before. He's like Bobby Boucher's mom.
What if he had a doctor's note to get lap dances from college girls? He's like, look, I know it looks like I'm cheating, but my doctor says this is the only thing that cures my migraines. Getting lap dance from Ohio State fuck guys.
Dude, Urban Meyer.
That's what the cheerleaders are called.
Fuck guys?
The fuck guys.
Ohio State fuck guys. Urban Meyer is literally Bobby Boucher's mom when it comes to headaches. Anytime his team, anytime he wants to quit a job, he just goes, ow, and fucking leaves the school. Dude, Lincoln Riley, USC, like, I feel like college football, it's one of those things where college football is better when USC is good.
Everybody's saying this. One thing I listen to a lot of Colin Cowherd, but he's like one of those guys. He's one of the. I'm not a big hate listener anymore. I used to be. I don't like to listen to things I hate, but Colin Cowherd almost makes me mad every time I listen to him.
Yeah,
and he was talking about
that's the point of a lot of sports stuff, though.
Yeah, and that's why I don't consume a ton of. That's why I like Pat McAfee. That's why I like Teddy Atlas and these guys who are like kind of more positive.
But that's why like people who host sports radio shows, the whole thing is that they piss you off. You listen, you call in. You're
God damn it, you don't know shit about the offensive line of Washington.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. Have you ever seen Sean McVay does it too? But have you seen videos of Sean McVay or Lincoln Riley? Because Lincoln Riley would do it every week on this, and he went like 18 for 19 weeks in a row on this show that they would do at Oklahoma, where he would be like, the dude would pull up a random play like on paper and be like, all right, 2016 against whatever team, there's 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and you guys ran a play. What was that play? And he would be like, so he went back and he scrambled to the right, and then it was a check down. Like, literally describes the entire play from 5 years ago. Like, not even a play that gained 7 yards.
Yeah, that's how I am with fucking.
All right. So it was 2017, and you were in the back of the car. What was the move? What was the position you did?
I do believe I was in my Astro van. We were on tour. I believe we were outside of Spokane. So high STD rate, probably anal.
I had a hard time.
Finished on her stomach.
had a hard time getting it up, so I was slamming it in the van door. Dude, Lincoln Riley's getting $110 million. USC's buying both of his houses. This is booster money, bro. USC buying both of his houses in Norman for over $500,000 asking price, which is just another way of giving him another $1 million bonus. Buying him a $6 million home in LA and unlimited use of a private jet 24/7 for his family.
Dude, that's so funny because like I just comparing that to my dad got a promotion in the post office when we were kids. That's why we moved from Maine to Georgia. And they lowballed him on buying his house, but paid for the moving costs to offset that to save him the trouble of selling the house himself.
Yeah.
So he sold the house himself, but it's just so funny how different worlds work.
Yeah,
but the
unlimited use of the postal van 24/7.
Yeah, unlimited use of the truck where you don't even sit on the right side of the fucking car.
The thing that turns into an ice cream truck when it has too many miles on it.
We'll give you a full year's worth of knee-high socks and that hard safari
I was
helmet.
going to say, as many ridiculous hard hats as you want. That's the worst hat in history.
It's the worst. The hard safari hat. Why is it hard?
It's dude.
It's a plastic. It's like a helmet. It's like
Yeah.
radon or whatever.
It's a terrible hat. I don't know who designed. I would like to know the history of that hat. If you know anything about the history of that hat, please.
It's
email
probably
me.
made to beat dogs off with. Not beat them off, but like.
Dude, I told you I saw a dude at the dog park hit his dog with that fucking ball thrower thing, and nobody said. And he was like a dog walker dude there all the time, and nobody said shit.
Did the dog need that? Was he like
the
were
dog
his jaws on the throat of another dog?
No, the dog like nipped at somebody, and the guy goes, he had like college football coach, and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And he fucking whacked the. I swear, he whacked the dog in the back. I think, dude, the dog park that I go to, there's these dog walkers who are there like every day. They fucking run the dog park. There's this gay dude who's unbelievably nice, but there was like this English bulldog was up there being a dick. Like I thought he was with them, but he walked over there yesterday and was being a dick. And I was like on the other side of the dog park, but I could hear him, and this guy goes, hey, this dog is messing with other dogs. Get out of here, to the dog, just to the dog. And he's like, whose dog is this? And like fucking scolded whoever the dog owner was. Dude, you know Cassie, the singer, songwriter? She used to date P. Diddy.
No.
She sang that song. It was like, what's up?
I know Mama Cass.
Mama Cat. No, what song did she sing? When she goes, you've been waiting for me. I wanna do it to you. You know
No.
Apparently her dog bit someone in the dog park, and then her and her boyfriend ran off.
Ooh, bite and run.
Yeah, big classic bite and run. People get fucked up at the dog park, dude. That's
Mama Cass also did a few bite and runs, I bet. Except for the run part.
Yeah. Yes. Bite and shuffle. Dude, so Brian Kelly's also leaving Notre Dame. I got a story here about Brian Kelly being a dickhead to Matt LaFleur and Robert Salah. Have you heard this story before?
Is this the shoveling snow story? Yeah, I have heard this.
So if you guys haven't heard this, Matt LaFleur and Robert Salah were graduate assistants at the time at Central Michigan, and they thought they were invited to a party at head coach Brian Kelly's house, and Kelly made them shovel snow all night. And she says Brian Kelly's not a good person. On a winter night in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, Matt LaFleur and Robert Salah thought they were invited to a party at the home of their boss. Turns out they weren't on the guest list. They were on the worker list. We shoveled the snow and parked cars all night.
Wait, but they're students, right?
Graduate assistants.
What's a graduate assistant?
I think it means that you are an assistant for the team, but you also are technically a student.
Yeah, I read that story and I was like, I don't know. I'm not sold on him being a bad person from this one story.
I think the issue is that he pretended to invite them to a party and then made them work all night.
The fact that they were under the impression that they were invited to the party.
Well, he should have been like, hey, can you guys do this and I'll fucking give you guys some money or something.
I'm not saying he's not a bad person, but that, it was the Twitter language where it's like, he is not a good person. Where I was immediately on Brian Kelly's side, even though Matt LaFleur is the greatest coach to ever step on grass.
Well, now they're both. Shut up, dude. Now they're both head coaches in the NFL, right? Robert Salah.
Yeah, he coaches the Jets.
Yeah, not for long.
Yeah, no, he's bombing hard.
So
how are you going to be a defensive coach and be last in every category on defense?
It's not a great look, dude.
Yeah.
You see that FedEx Field leaked on people again?
I did see that. It looked like I was picturing Oakland Coliseum shit leak. You know about that?
Yeah, but I think this is sewage.
Oh, was it sewage? Because it looked like a sprinkler system was going off.
Might be it, but I think it just looks like dirty water because it is.
So it's just not. It's not only emails that are leaking there. How are you?
Well,
folks?
that's happened. That's happened
just
twice.
John Gruden's emails flying out of
Somebody
that.
just threw pieces of paper like that scene in Mean Girls at the end of it, where they're fucking throwing
Joe
the paper.
Biden's a dumb pussy, man. Just coming right out of the fucking pipe.
Anti-football pussy. Dude, so do you see this right here? USC got in trouble because they were playing BYU and the fans started chanting "fuck Mormons."
Yeah, how lucky were they that they weren't playing like the Jewish college?
Well, I mean, they are the Jewish college. So that'd be hard to do.
That's true. What if BYU came back? Fuck the Mormons. Fuck the. Wait, would they be as wrong?
No, it would be
exactly the same, right?
Yeah, it would be right back in their face. The offensive chant from our student section directed towards BYU during the football game last night does not align with our Trojan values.
Fuck the Mormons? I don't see what's wrong.
Yeah, dude.
With their fucking multi-billion-dollar slush fund.
Yeah. I've told you that story before about whenever I went to the BYU bowl game and they got their ass kicked. And we were in the BYU section and I forget who they were playing, but they
San Diego State?
It was in San Diego, but I don't remember who they were playing. And I went with Christian Piper. And there was a dude in the section, like the section right next to us, but only like a few seats away, that after they scored a touchdown to go up like 3, it was dead silent in the section. And guy just stands up and goes, "Dang it!" Just as mad as a Mormon can possibly be. He probably went home and prayed that night about fucking his outburst.
Dude, the Mormons would have whooped their ass because you're talking about that school probably has 60,000 people who aren't allowed to masturbate. You want to talk about some ass whooping energy?
Yeah. They should. Dude, the Mormons don't crank it?
No, Jackson Banks, Mormon comedian in Los Angeles, went 3 years without cranking it.
Wow. When?
Teenagers. That's when that whole stand-up he has about jerking off in the temple.
Yeah.
That was like his first time jerking off, and like he went hard, dude. That's like, I'm gonna go in the temple.
Yeah.
And beat off.
Oh, yeah, that's that bit where he's like in confession, remember? He's like in the temple, and the guy said, "In the temple?"
Yeah, he's like, "I jerked off in the temple." And the guy goes, "In the temple?" Like, brother, are you trying to go to hell?
Dude, so a high school baseball player here transfers high schools after it's an African-American baseball player.
Nobody says African-American anymore.
What do they say?
Just black.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you immediately sound racist now when you say
African-American.
African-American.
That's what, dude, I was talking to you about that, about how that blacks for Trump thing is so funny because it's like, it's obviously not made by a black person because it's called blacks for Trump. Where it's like, what do you think?
Yeah.
So this dude went to Iona Prep. Is that good?
I mean, it's a prep. I mean, it probably recruits like I don't know anything about it. I should have just said I have no idea.
Oh, so it's in New Rochelle, New York. He joined the track team to work on his speed. He was approached by the school's assistant athletic director last Friday, who Deadspin reports is white. And, he talked to him about why he's doing track and then about getting faster. And then the athletic director says that the guy got his speed from running from the police.
Yeah, and he thought that was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
He laughed his
Can I tell you
ass
something?
off.
That is the top comment on Reddit.
Are you serious?
From a Chicago White Sox fan. I bet he thought that joke was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everybody can picture the guy who says that, who's laughing his ass off, and then probably hits him on his lower back and goes, "Hey, but you're a star player." But some kind of compliment on the way out. But I'm just busting balls here. You're a great guy. Or something. It just reminds me of every member of my family. Like, that would kill my father. If I told him that, he would belly laugh, I bet.
Yeah.
What's the matter with that? You can't say that anymore?
Oh,
Jesus
come
Christ,
on
what
now.
the hell happened to this friggin' country? It's just a joke, goddammit.
Yeah, so he's transferring. I saw that. Dude, do you know...
By the way, have you seen highlights of this kid?
No.
I saw the article on SB Nation. And, dude, he cranks it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude.
Dude, you might have already seen this in the doc, but are you familiar with the name of the Ravens play-by-play announcer?
Only because
You saw it in the
I saw it. Yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so mad. As soon as I read it, I was pissed.
Yeah. Jerry Sandusky.
With a G.
It is G with a... This article is called Beyond the Booth. Yes, he's the Ravens play-by-play announcer, but there's so much more to Jerry Sandusky.
You know what his calling card is? His catchphrase? When the Ravens win, he goes, "The hay is in the barn."
Really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
What's that even mean?
I think that means that like it's all been harvested and now you can sell it for. It's like
I
it's
see.
ready
I
to
see.
sell. Or it means your cock is in a child's ass. It depends on which Jerry you're talking to.
The hay is in the barn. How?
It's funny that they both use like farming terms too, because remember Jerry Sandusky said he was just horsing around with the kids. Do you remember that? He said it was horseplay.
It was locker room talk.
He said it was horseplay.
Oh yeah.
That's what he said, because they were like, an assistant coach saw Jerry Sandusky sodomizing a recruit or something, and he goes, "That wasn't. No, we were just That was just horseplay." That was. Have you ever watched any of those interviews with him? His lawyer has to shout in because he's burying himself. Jerry Sandusky, not Jerry Sandusky. Jerry Sandusky. Yeah. Jerry Sandusky.
Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry, not Gary Sandusky.
Yeah.
Why not just say it's Gary?
Yeah. After
It's
that,
a
I'd be like,
G?
you guys are like Tyrod.
That's a hard G.
Like Tyrod Taylor would be like, yeah, you guys have been mispronouncing my name the entire time. It's actually
Derek Letterman. But Jerry Sandusky at one point goes, I mean, people ask me, am I attracted to boys? And I say, yes, I'm attracted to young boys, young girls, because I'm attracted to people. And the lawyer goes, but not sexually. Because he means
if I may.
Yeah, he's like
grabbing the mic like he's being like, I won this fight.
Yeah. We've already been through this. He's a people person. He likes being around people. And then he goes, my favorite people are the young and the elderly. And you're like, Jesus Christ, just shoot him. Jeez. Put a bullet in his fucking head.
He's in jail.
Yeah, so Baltimore Ravens guy, announcer. He's a good announcer. I watch videos of him. He actually jumps up when the Ravens do. You know how you watch some announcers and they're not feeling anything. They're just robot
during football.
Yeah, but even like announcers who are inflecting, you can see them and they're not feeling it. Dude, he's pumping his fists in that booth. He's like doing everything. He's like fired up. He's a real homer for the Ravens.
Yeah.
He went to Towson, so he's a Maryland guy.
Jerry
I like that Jerry Sandusky. Of the Sanduskys, he's my favorite.
He's the best one.
He's the best one.
Dude, have you ever... This is why I was thinking. Have you ever seen that show 60 Days In?
No.
It's fucking dope.
Is that a prison show?
Yeah, but it's...
I produced a podcast where a guy who was in that inmate who's out now was the guest. So I met a guy from that show.
Dude, so the show, it's like people... the idea of the show is like they're going undercover to help the jail, but really it's like, how about we put regular people in jail and see how they do? So they go like these regular people go in jail for 60 days to like quote unquote help out the jail, but they do like the first episode is always like an interview with all of them and like getting their backstory straight.
Right.
And so they walk up and they're like, what's your backstory? It's like, I was going on spring break and I got caught with a bunch of cocaine. And I just keep on, and they're like, okay, that's believable. That's good. Like, make sure you stick to that. And I just keep thinking of like being on that show and then be like, what's your backstory? I'd be like, I'm a child molester. And I got caught horsing around.
Horseplay in the shower during summer camp.
Yes. And they're like, no, don't do that.
You're gonna get killed. You get put in special pop and you don't help the show out at all.
Yeah, just in fucking
Abner. Are you familiar with a guy named Abner from the show?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That he was on a pod. He was on Ali McCoskey's.
He's
pod.
like it
was via Zoom.
Okay, but he's like that dude on the show.
He's charismatic as fuck.
But he's like a chaplain now. He's like super Jesus freak guy, and then he like used to be like a Latin King dude. So he
had that Jesus Christ guy vibe.
So now he's like before he goes in, he's like, the Lord is this, the Lord is that. And then literally as soon as he goes into jail, he switches into this mode of like, I'm the OG dog. So don't like literally goes into jail. He's like a chaplain, like talking about all this shit about the Lord. And then immediately goes into jail and starts checking people. Right. And like immediately is like, I'm down with whatever, dog. Like, let's get like immediately like is fucking going wild on the show, like crushing it.
That's cool.
Because there's another dude. So this season, there's another dude who's a correctional officer. This black dude who kind of looks like Ricky Williams a little bit.
African American dude.
Oh, sorry, yeah, he's African American who looks like Ricky Williams, and he goes in there. He's a correctional officer, and he's fucking hardcore. And he goes in there, kind of same thing, checks people, and like gets in immediately. Like goes in from like correctional officer mode till as soon as the door shuts, goes.
He's like, Sue-wee!
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Dude, he goes in there. He starts getting shanks and shit, and he's because he's like actually helping the show. He's like, yeah, I got this shank from O'Shea over there. Like he's in his cell, and there's the camera. He's like, yo. And he's like holding up the shank to the camera, and like it's like a big like dramatic.
Is O'Shea a popular name, or is that named after Ice Cube?
I don't know. I just know that the dude who makes the shanks on 60 Days In is named O'Shea.
Because I wonder if more kids were named O'Shea or Ice Cube after Ice Cube. This is my son, Ice Cube. Should we get OJ, Keith Simpson, and Jerry Sandusky
on the pod together?
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. It's like
the numbers we would do
back to back weeks. We just said OJ Simpson and Jerry Sandusky. People would be like, "What the fuck is going on?
What are they
dude?
doing?"
Yeah,
it's the most innocuous interview ever. Just super innocent.
Yeah. What's your Subway order? Like, if we just put on the thing that we were interviewing and we had him on the same podcast, OJ, I would like to get OJ. I looked into contacting OJ Keith Simpson. I couldn't get anything.
He seems accessible.
He seems very accessible. I just couldn't find his social media.
Yeah.
It just says maybe it's like the other juice. I'm getting some baseball stuff here, dude. I'm trying to think if there's anything else outside of baseball. I mean, Anthony Davis fucking sucks.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. I saw a meme where it was like, this man won a championship and quit.
Dude, yeah, that's one right here. So, dude, this season, 16.7% on threes. Worst in NBA history by any player with 2+ attempts per game and 20 games played. 38.3 on mid-range. Worst in the NBA on any player with 100 attempts. 33% on jump shots. Worst in the NBA by any player with 150 attempts.
Yeah, I mean, they're a retirement league. Like, they're the senior tour.
Dude.
The Lakers are so bad, it's crazy.
Are they actually bad right now?
They're 12-11, 11-10, but they're wildly inconsistent. Like the Celtics have a similar record, but the Celtics are a little bit of a better team. Like the Lakers will lose by like 30 points to the Timberwolves, and then they'll beat it's just like they're old. They can't turn it on every night, so they're trying to linger.
Like they're gonna. That's what I'm saying. It seems like they're gonna linger and then just get into the playoffs. And then
but Russell Westbrook is one of the worst playoff basketball stars in the history of basketball.
Is it because he's too overzealous?
I don't know. I don't know enough about Russell Westbrook other than I know that whenever he's there, the team loses. But I will say this: I had Russell. I pick him up in FanDuel a lot, and he's so funny because like you'll be playing him in fantasy, and he'll have 7 turnovers and like 0 points in the first half, and then he'll end the game with a triple-double. Yeah. And you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, why can't you just be that all the time?
Dude, have you seen this Duke player that's supposed to go overall?
Oh, yeah. He's got a kind of a wild name.
I don't remember his name.
It's like Orville Redbuck.
Yeah, his name is Orville Redenbacher.
Yes.
We can get him on too. If we get OJ Keith Simpson, Jerry Sandusky, and Orville Redenbacher #1 draft. So he's supposed to go #1, but have you seen this cramping thing he has?
No.
He's like a oversweater. He sweats too much. And
a lot of people have that where they have to. My friend Andrew had that, and it's a fucking burden, dude, because you're gross all the time.
Yeah, well, you're gross all the time, but he loses 7 pounds in a game.
You can have
like a NASCAR driver.
There's a surgery for that. They can take out glands. Mia, who's that porn star? Mia
Khalifa.
Khalifa had it.
She was sweaty.
Yeah, she was super sweaty, so she had like some glands removed because she had a condition. Her hands were always soaking wet. Because my friend Andrew told me that she had that surgery, and he wanted to get. Maybe he was talking about breast implants.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he went to the doctor and said he wanted to get Mia Khalifa surgery, and then he came out with huge knockers? Dude, me and Tyler had gotten high the other day. We were watching this dude do card magic. This dude Shin Lim, and we were like, it's so funny because he does like he over presents where he's like doing this thing, and then he like puts the card down, like looks up, and everyone's like, whoa. And he had I can't remember the chick's name. The judge, one of the female judges on America's Got Talent, like come up on stage with him, and he was like doing all these card things, and he would like pull it out of his mouth. And I was like, what if he like came back and then he like did like all this moves, and he ripped open his shirt, and he had huge tits, and then she was on stage. She's like feeling around like her tits are fucking gone.
He stole her tits.
Yeah. All right, we can get into some baseball
It's
here.
Paolo Banchero,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. It's the #1 guy from Duke.
Yeah, let me see.
He loses 7 pounds a game, and he's drinking some kind of special fucking drink right now that scientists have created for him.
Literally,
He's supposed to go #1 overall.
I guess he's Italian. Literally have only been able to give y'all a preview. We getting these cramps out of here though.
Yeah, he gets worked on all game. Like he's constantly laying on the floor on the sideline, and they're like,
He's 6'10", 250 pounds. Jesus Christ.
He's apparently very good. He's supposed to go #1 overall. He just gets fucking
Yeah, it looks like now that
cramps up, bro.
Now that he got his diagnosis, it looks like he's going to be there's procedures to take care of it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, dude. He like I was watching video. They're fucking constantly fucking with him on the sideline. Like rolling him out.
Like Larry Bird at the end of remember when Larry Bird used to lay down?
Yeah, well didn't Larry Bird hurt his back building a driveway? You ever heard that story?
People say that yeah, like because he always mowed his own lawn, he built his driveway and he paved everything. But he also dove into the stands 7 times a game, 82 times a year. Like there is that too.
He fucking dove, yeah. There's something about basketball players diving. Like remember that playoff run where Matthew Dellavedova was good?
Yeah.
And
he took him out on a stretcher. We talked about that on Sports Idiots.
All he did was like fucking he would dive through the fucking chairs and split his face open. He would do that wrestling move on himself where he would close the chair on himself and then jump down and fucking
he fucking, in order to just maintain, to just hang with the other NBA
he would
players,
have to fucking break his neck.
He could take it out on a stretcher.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
they were putting an IV in him after every game and oxygen.
Yeah, he's just like in a fucking. Like,
he looked like he was just pulled out of a crevasse on a mountain, like a hiker who's been stuck there.
Yeah, that's the kind of. It's like he's taking the slot receiver mindset into basketball, where it's like, all right, I can either be good or I can snap my fucking arm every game. He's fucking dude. I loved that shit. He's like diving into the crowd. The best is you ever see those videos of Shaq diving into the jumping over the bench, and then there's a video where he like pretended like he was going to, and the other team's bench fucking scattered out of the way. So fucking.
By the way, who was it? Fuck, my brain is farting right now. He had 25 rebounds the other day. Oh, Sabonis from the Pacers. First guy to have a double-double with 25-plus rebounds in a game since Shaq in '93.
Jesus Christ.
He is killing it.
Who were you yelling about the other night?
Oh, Bojan Bogdanovic.
Bojan Bogdanovic, you cocksucker.
Yeah, dude, he was killing me in my FanDuel. Last night I got killed again. I only won $4 because fucking DeAndre Jordan got injured. I had the best. I mean, every pick was over 40. It was killing it. And then DeAndre Jordan out with like fucking, I don't know, shin splints or some dumb shit. Oh, DeAndre and Bojan Bogdanovic.
DeAndre and Bojan. Bojan is a sick name.
Yeah, dude.
You can name your kid Bojan.
Bojan! Yeah, it does sound like a Louisiana player.
I would say it either sounds like, depending on how you spell it, it's either a super white trash name or like a super hood name.
Yeah. Bojan DeChambeau playing like
Bojan
safety.
DeChambeau or Bojan. Dude, whenever I went to that wedding in Texas, I can't remember exactly, but we were in like South Texas, and I was meeting all these people who had these compound names that don't go together. Where it's like Tim John and like all this other shit. It was very funny. All these fucking people with these
like they were like interracial couples or something.
No. I'm saying these like compound names like like if your name was Bojan. Like B-O.
Like Jim John. Bob and all that
but
kind
like
of shit?
Crazy combinations of names. I was like everywhere. Like, dude, it was a lot in Texas.
I thought you meant it was like a kid whose parents were like Vietnamese and French.
Yeah. There was a lot of fucking interracial shit going on there. And it didn't appreciate much. Yeah. Don't much care for that.
Kim Jong DeChambeau.
Yeah, Kim Jong.
Can you do that?
Name your kid Kim Jong?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Kim Jong, you can name your kid anything you want. That's the craziest thing about being a parent.
Yeah. Isn't that the bit that Dane Cook stole from Louis, who stole from Steve Martin?
What, about naming your kids?
Yeah, you can name your kid whatever you want.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, like Steve Martin in like 78 had a bit where he's like, you can name whatever you want or blah, blah. And then Louis did a bit where he's like, I'm going to name my kid just 40 F's.
Yeah.
And then Dane Cook was like, I'm going to name my kid Razzatatatata.
Yeah.
It was like they all had the same bit.
It's like that Attell bit where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna name. You gotta can name a kid. You gotta name him something that everybody likes. Like that's why I'm gonna name my kid Pizza Pussy Santa. All right, dude. Let's wrap up on some baseball here. It's actually quite a bit going on. I mean, obviously a lot of trades.
Crazy shit happening.
Crazy shit going on in baseball right now. I mean, obviously, fucking Dodgers are getting picked apart. Max Scherzer going to the Mets. Max Scherzer's a fucking money hound, dude. So he's getting $43 million, assuming that it's $43 million a year in that contract, because that's however much that is.
They said he's gonna stand to make 20% more than Garrett Cole a year.
Yeah, but that is nothing because the Nationals still owe him $15 million a year. So he's making $58 million a year the next few years.
Jesus Christ.
He's fucking unbelievable.
37 years old.
Yeah. I think that must have been the issue with him going to the Mets, is that happens a lot when you get to that age, is he probably wanted a 3-year plus contract. Dodgers probably offered him 2 years, whatever, and he just was like, oh, I'm going to go there because I can get paid another year. All right.
But why wouldn't the Dodgers just give him 3 years and then just cut him or trade him after 2?
I mean, Max Scherzer does have an opt-out after 2, but it's when you trade people like that, you always end up owing money on that shit. And like
the Mets also got Sterling Marte,
yeah.
Marte, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they add one more person. I know they're looking for another starting pitcher and another bat, and so who knows.
They're doing a cool thing. They're building like a veteran team.
Yeah.
They're picking up a bunch of veterans.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got one more big person. I wouldn't be surprised if they got Chris Bryan. And by the time this comes out, those guys are probably going to be signed.
Well, no, because the strike started.
Well, the strike is going to start, so I imagine people are going to try to get deals done before that shit.
Today's
Tomorrow.
the last day.
Today's the last day.
We're recording on Wednesday.
Yes. So today's the last day, and it's not looking good. And there's new ball thing that came out where they're switching up the balls, which I've done. I've switched mine around. you ever switch your ball, your left and your right nut?
You have a bust with your left nut, and then later that night go to a different girl and bust with your right nut.
Yeah, I got control.
Yeah, shit, that's right nut jizz right there, girl.
So apparently, dude,
that southpaw cum.
That 2 different ball thing. I mean, obviously MLB's trying to say it was because of COVID. So the Rawlings or whoever's making whoever makes the baseballs, had to like do something to get more baseballs out. But there was a study done from baseballs from 15 different teams, and they were different weights. Because people are saying they want to make it, they were using a lighter baseball to cut down on home runs.
Right. Now,
Which I don't understand. Why would you cut down on home runs of all things?
I think that what happens is, we talked about this, where they juice the ball, and then it becomes like every game is like 16-9, and it takes 4 hours for the game to finish.
So that's the bad part. Is the more juice the ball is, the longer the game goes.
I would imagine the more juice the longer the game, but also a dead ball era is boring. So it's like you got a catch-22 there, where it's like either the game is more exciting but takes too long, or the game is boring but it's nice and quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Baseball's kind of doomed. I mean, and they've been doomed since the 94 strike.
Yeah.
Like, they never
Well, there's about to be another one right now. There's going to be another strike.
The NFL passed them in 94. And
I don't think there's going to be a strike, but I do think there's going to be a lockout, which I don't know quite the difference, but the lockout that's definitely going to happen. This is all bad right now. This week in baseball, of what's going on, and this ball thing is bad. Pete Alonso is saying that he thinks that the MLB manipulates the baseball year in and year out depending on the free agency class.
No, it's like when you over salt food and then you add sugar and then it's too sweet, then you add salt. That's what they're doing. It's like it's too many home runs. All right, let's deaden it. Oh, now it's too many strikeouts, so let's juice it.
Yeah.
It's not based on who the fuck. Every year there's a juicy free agent.
Yeah.
Every year
there's a juicy free agent. So apparently, dude, collective bargaining agreement is fucked right now. The CBA meeting ended after 30 minutes yesterday. That is an awful sign.
That's my kind of meeting.
Yeah, but I mean, that just means that you know what that means?
Do you think one of them was 15 minutes late? It was just the Irishman scene?
Yeah. Honestly, I think literally, I imagine what happened is they went in there. They were so far apart that I imagine that the Will Clark is the head of the baseball shit. So for the players, so I imagine they were so far apart on what they were trying to do that he was just like, "All right, fuck it, we're done,
we're out."
And so,
well, I saw the demands, and it looks like the players want the players are advocating not for their stars. That's why like a lot of people misunderstand this. They want more money, but they want more money. They're saying analytics is taking money from the second and third tier players.
Yeah.
And that also they want higher rookie contracts, and they want second and third tier players to earn more money.
Well,
it's
because
not about
the baseball contract shit is fucked. The playing time thing, where before you can even sign a contract or even get an arbitration, you have to have like 5 years of service time.
right, or the rookie contract where like they bring up rookies specifically after a certain date so
that's
that
a
they
big
can
deal.
pay
The
him
playing
bullshit
time,
the next year.
And that happened to Tatis, that happened to Vlad
Everybody.
Guerrero, Bryce Harper, like that happened about like Clayton Kershaw. All the
We
best
talked
players.
about the beginning of the year. The Mariners,
Mariners
GM just said it out loud.
Was like, we ain't starting those guys.
Yeah.
And Kyle Seager, get the fuck out of here.
And then look who was a game out of the playoffs at the end of the year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Seattle was like a game out.
Seattle's moving. That's what's cool right now. What is cool right now is that a few teams that usually don't make moves are making moves. Seattle just signed Robbie Ray, who won the fucking Cy Young last year. The Mariners put the Rangers just committed like $570 million over the next 10
Classic
years.
Tampa. They had another good year. They just get rid of their pitching, assuming that new pitching is just going to take over.
But them signing Wander Franco is something they never do. I think the biggest contract they ever did besides that was like Greg Vaughn.
Like Wade Boggs.
Yeah, like at the end of his career.
Yeah.
They never do that shit. So that I don't know, man. That shit. I imagine that by the time this comes out.
Oh, but I was going to say the demands they wanted higher rookie pay. They wanted better contracts for second and third tier players. The MLB has horrible ideas. They want to expand the playoffs. The playoffs are too long.
Yeah.
The NBA and the MLB need to compress. They might want to make both rounds 5, and then make the World Series best of 7. The playoffs are too long. They're exhausting. It's hard to keep up that energy.
LCS and LCS, the CSs should not be 7 games.
Yeah, it's too long. It's fine. Settle it in 5. Everybody's more excited. Everything means even more.
Settle it in 3. See if I give a fuck.
But I just think that. And then they wanted. What was the other thing they wanted? They wanted to expand the playoffs, and they wanted. It was another revenue thing. It was just greedy shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But like you look at what the players are advocating for non-stars and like, minor league and
Well, the minor league, the housing thing, that was a big come up.
Yeah. It's just like because people, and I tend to fall into this too, where like people are like, this is millionaires arguing with billionaires or whatever, that hacky thing that people always say. And it's not that. Like they're actually advocating for the people who make, $500,000 or whatever. Yeah. And when you're talking about billions of dollars, like those guys are getting ripped off. Like if we were podcasting and we were making billions of dollars as a podcast and we were only getting 500,000 of it, we would have every right to complain.
Which we are.
Yeah. That's true.
This is $1 billion
Yeah.
This is $1 billion podcast. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't look good at the moment. But I mean, by the time, I don't know. I imagine people are working crazy overnight tonight to try to get shit done for like Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, Chris Bryant, a few other people like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets go.
Why would Carlos Correa leave? How old is he? He's old, right?
No, he's young.
Is he young?
Yeah,
but he's
also,
been with the Astros only, right?
Yeah, he's also just okay.
Yeah.
As far as stats go, he's just fine.
Well, when you sandwich him around 7 lethal bats.
Of course, but that's what people are like, well, Corey Seager got that. And I think Corey Seager, I don't know if he deserved that much money, and the Dodgers definitely weren't going to give him that much money. And because of state income tax shit, in order to get that same amount of money after the fact, the Dodgers would have had to pay him like $400 million. And it's like, it's just not going to happen. Corey Seager's, it's great. I love him, whatever, but he's gone. He could fucking rest in piss for all I care. No, he.
You said the Texans have the Rangers have the best infield and
the best middle infield. Marcus Semien and fucking Corey Seager.
Marcus Semien, shout out to him for getting his money finally.
Yeah, dude.
He's deserved it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, he was always fine, and then he's been good the last.
Well, he was always an elite
fielder.
Yeah.
He's always good. But he's one of those. It's kind of like a Jose Bautista thing, or Josh Donaldson, they were always solid, they're whatever, and then they fucking just flip a switch on something.
Christian Yelich,
yeah,
on something.
They flip it a switch.
Maybe they were eating that Mexican beef Canelo.
They flip a switch on something, and then they fucking start balling out. But more power to them, dude. Fuck it. Like, good for them.
Yeah, I love it. I love that baseball is a sport where, because Green Bay with their middle linebacker, who I keep talking about, Devondre Campbell, might be like literally an all-pro middle linebacker. Yeah. It's very rare that somebody pops in the NFL at 29. Yeah. It's super rare. I mean, a quarterback, it can happen. If it's going to happen, it's probably going to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
A Rich Gannon, a Kurt Warner type. But like a contact position where you've already been beaten for the last 20 years of your life. Like, but that's what's sick about baseball.
Yeah. It's the Dodgers. This is the first year that the Dodgers have been on the losing end of anything free agency wise. Or like losing players wise, because they're always crushing it. So I imagine,
are they going to lock up Bueller?
They probably have to. I think he's still under your. They might have given a contract, but you know what people are saying, which would be fucking sick, is Freddie Freeman has no offer from the Braves right now, and apparently he's asking for 6 years, $180 million, which is nothing.
He's going to get it,
but he's asking from the Braves, and there's still no offer. But he's from Orange County. Grew up a Dodgers fan. Apparently, they're in talks with the Dodgers right now.
But
there's no. In my mind, I'm like, there's no way he leaves the Braves.
He's too beloved.
He's too beloved, but why doesn't he have a fucking offer yet? That's crazy.
That could literally be in anything.
But also the Braves.
We don't know what he knows. There might not be an offer on the table, but there might be open dialogue about.
Well, I know that the Braves are also checking in on fucking Matt Olson in Oakland because they're like, maybe Freddie Freeman leaves. They don't know. So apparently that's what people are saying, is that the Braves have talked to the A's about Matt Olson.
See, that shit sucks, dude. Like when they that reminds me when Nomar left the Red Sox, where it's like, listen, man, like there is a value to having a beloved hometown hero. You know, or when Sandoval went to the Red Sox
from the Giants.
From the Giants.
Yeah.
He was by far the most favorite player on that team.
Yeah. Well, Freddie Freeman is the man for the Braves, like the last few years. They just won the World Series for the first time in fucking.
Are they thinking like, oh, we're gonna get Acuna back, and
I have
we can
no
lose
idea.
Freeman?
I literally have no idea what they're thinking, and the fact that they haven't offered him a fucking $1 billion contract already is insane. Because imagine how much money they got for winning.
He's an MVP, right? He won the MVP 2 years ago or something. Yeah,
like he's an MVP perennial candidate.
Yeah,
he's great, and he's like unbelievable clubhouse dude. It's like,
yeah, he's their Chipper Jones.
Yeah, it would literally be like if Chipper Jones was there for 10 years. They won the World Series. They won the World Series in his rookie year. But if they won it 10 years and then his contract, I think he's been there for 10 years, and then his contract was up and they didn't immediately re-sign him.
Yeah.
He's the most beloved Brave since Chipper Jones.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and so it's like, that's fucking crazy to me. But if he fucking goes to the Dodgers, because Max Muncy has he fucked his arm up, tore his UCL when he got hit in that play.
Yeah.
So I don't know if.
You think he might retire?
No.
How old is Muncy?
He's older, because remember he was out of baseball for a second, but he doesn't retire. He definitely is out probably the whole next year. Max Muncy, he's 31, but I could see Max Muncy leaving. But the Dodgers have to do something. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, the Dodgers, what they have to do, I've said this for years, and I know they won a World Series 2 years ago. They've got to get rid of Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
They've got to get rid of
Dave Roberts.
That World Series was the worst thing that happened to him.
It really is. It bought him some time.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts is the most, I can't even,
he's the worst manager.
Dude.
His gut bothers me too.
His gut?
Yeah.
He has antidepressant face.
Yeah.
And his attitude bothers me. He has a good attitude, but that's why I don't like, because it's a phony good attitude.
But he makes bad calls.
Oh, he makes awful. He overcoaches constantly.
Yeah, no, they got to get rid of Dave Roberts. I think losing Max Scherzer's fine. I know that sounds crazy. I think that's totally
fine, because I mean they're going to get Dustin May back, and
he also wasn't that big in the playoffs this year.
No,
he wasn't important to the playoffs. He was huge getting there.
Yeah,
he had a great season.
He's unbelievable second half.
I watched him get his 3,000th strikeout.
So the Dodgers still haven't brought Clayton Kershaw back. Clayton Kershaw is
again another guy you could lose.
But Clayton Kershaw's not done. He's only 33.
And he had a good season.
He did.
He had a good
season.
He had
an elite season.
But elite?
He had a great season.
He did have a great season. Yeah, he did.
He was injured.
He was great every time I saw. I always end up there on Clayton Kershaw night.
The Dodgers need to re-sign Clayton Kershaw. That's obvious. Whether it doesn't need to be another fucking 10 years, $250 million.
Is he at right now like he's gonna get he's at overpaid era like in his career. He's gonna get overpaid.
I don't think
you know
so.
what I mean?
I think he's going to get a reasonable contract. He's not going to get a Max Muncy contract. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a Max Scherzer contract.
No. But okay. But the two pitchers they have that they need to lock up are Bueller and the other guy there, the other young guy.
Dustin May?
No, what's Dustin May's not young, is he?
Yeah, Dustin May, that redheaded freak.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Dustin
He's
May.
sick, but he was injured. He tore his
Yeah.
Tommy John. He got Tommy John.
Dustin May and Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
They need to lock them up. They should probably keep Trey.
Oh, they're gonna give Trey Turner $1 billion.
He's worth a lot.
He's gonna get money.
Yeah.
They're gonna extend Trey Turner, but right now they don't have a shortstop. Trey Turner will, if the Dodgers do nothing, Trey Turner will move to shortstop. Gavin Lux will play second base.
Could they get
But they also did. Cody Bellinger was injured last year a lot, so maybe Cody Bellinger comes back and has an actual fucking good year.
Did what's his name from the Mets? Is he still there?
Lindor?
Yeah.
Yeah. They signed him to a fucking $1 trillion contract.
I know, but I thought they were
You're talking about Javi Baez.
Yeah.
Javi Baez went to the Tigers.
Tigers.
$100 million. So now there's a guy.
What are the Tigers doing?
Tigers are spending some money. Well, people think Carlos Correa is going to go to the Tigers because AJ Hinch is the coach, the guy who
They picked up a pitcher too, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head, but the Tigers are actually spending money, which is a first. So people think that the Tigers are going to become a place people want to go because AJ Hinch is such a
Didn't we
sick
talk
manager.
about they had a rotation once that was Max Scherzer,
Justin Verlander,
Annabelle Sanchez.
yeah, people that have all won a World Series. They had an entire World Series. Either a Cy Young or a World Series. I think it's Cy Young because I think Robbie Ray was there also.
Didn't they have? Was Robbie Ray there? He's been around that long.
They had a rotation at a time where all 5 of those pitchers have now won a Cy Young. I'm pretty sure.
And they were all fucking That was
so.
And they went to like 1 or 2 World Series.
Yeah, they
right?
were good for a minute. Like they were there. I don't remember if they won one or not.
I wonder if Miguel Cabrera is going to come back next year.
Yeah.
So funny.
He'll be there forever.
He's just chilling,
Yeah.
dude.
He's great.
Yeah, he's the downside of Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could just stay there for the next fucking 20 years.
They're probably looking at Miguel Cabrera being like, Freddie, look, it can go wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Miguel Cabrera at this point is like, yeah, I just like playing baseball. Dude.
Yeah.
Baseball's fun.
Yeah, he's telling stories about back when he was on the Florida Marlins. You know,
Dude, so
he
I
was
think
on a team that's changed its name.
I think it's going to get weird. I think the Mets are going to get somebody else big. The people think that Trevor Story is going to go to the Phillies. People also think he might go back to the Rockies, which would fuck the Rockies.
Yeah.
So shit's going to get weird this week in baseball. Either today, before this comes out, people are going to get signed, or because they're not even allowed to fucking have negotiations when that shit locks.
You
out.
know they are.
I mean, they are, but they're not.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to go on.
Every year in basketball, teams get in trouble for that shit. Magic Johnson will be like having a dinner with Russell Westbrook when they're not allowed to negotiate.
Yeah, dude. So it's going to be weird. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited, though. You know I love off-season baseball shit is some of my favorite shit.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
Well, especially with all this controversy and the lockout and the strike and it just adds a little juice.
It's as good as it gets for me, dude. So I'm bummed that Corey Seager left, but I'm glad the Dodgers didn't give him that money. They should give Trey Turner that money. They will.
Yeah. I think what they should do is just dismantle the Houston Astros and give the Red Sox the World Series.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So I think
the Braves are racist, so they lose the title. The Astros are cheaters, so the third best team is the Red Sox. So they get a World Series.
Yeah, it's like the Red Sox are like the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Clayton Kershaw, I would like him to come back to the Dodgers. I think he's actually probably going to go to the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going to keep spending money. They just put $1 billion into that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So who fucking knows? But they got a sick middle infield for 7 years.
Well, it'd be nice to see a little shakeup because baseball's been essentially the Dodgers, the Astros.
Yeah. The Dodgers have to do something, and Friedman will do something. I just don't know what that something is.
Yeah. What if you think you're going to get Freddie Freeman? You really think that?
I don't think that, but I would love that.
Yeah.
I love Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
It'd make me very happy. It would be stupid for the Braves to do that, but the Braves, I could see them not doing that. And 6 years, $180 million for an MVP is nothing.
And then who did the Angels pick up?
Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah.
And I think they picked up one more person too. There's this dude coming out of Japan who's supposed to be fucking sick.
And does he want to go to the Angels?
I don't know, but people think so. People think that he wants to go to the Angels, but people are putting.
It'd be cool if the Angels just became entirely a Japanese team.
They just completely changed.
The name is in Japanese. Yeah. That'd be sick.
They should, dude. Yeah,
they're like the Japanese Olympic team.
Yeah, I can't remember that dude's name, but his last name is Suzuki. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
So he's fucking sick. He's supposed to be really fucking good. And he just like got
that is another. Speaking of like Tiger Woods, that's a 50-50. Japanese players. I mean Daisuke.
Yeah, Daisuke was supposed to be like the next big thing.
Yeah.
The gyro ball.
Daisuke Matsuzaki.
Yeah, I was a big Byung Young Kim guy. Dude.
I liked him.
I loved.
That's Korean.
Was he?
That name does not sound Japanese.
I don't know. I don't remember what he was.
Kim?
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
like the most, yeah.
But he threw that gnarly sidearm shit.
Yeah.
I remember one time he got excited when he saved a game, and then he threw the ball into left field from the pitching mound. I remember watching it on TV. All right, so we'll see what happens. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Later, guys. Thank you so much.
Later.